Warning, the following contains actions performed by idiots. What you're about to view should not be taken as factual or educational. For further questions, please refer to your Google. So we are going to town at the junkyard. This is metal. It's on a Volvo. So that's a good intercooler pipe. That one's metal. Good coupler. Mina is getting another sob turbo. What you doing?
So, this just happened. The plan is the turbo will be, or the turbo will be twin turbo. The Miata will be twin turbo at some point in its life. So we're grabbing a second turbo.
So everything was already off, so it's easy.
Yeah, we're so cool. We're gonna twin turbo a turbo.
Okay, I'm going back to Volvo piping. Okay. So this is what we scored at the junkyard. Mina got another sob turbo because the one on the Miata cart is blown, I think. And then we got all this stuff to try to figure out the bug intercooler piping. So these little pipes fit in the 2-to-1 that we found. And then we got 4 diverter valves. So we're gonna run 2 of these. These are stock Volkswagen Bosch diverter valves. But I think these are pretty low quality, so we got 4 of them. And then these are those metal intercooler pipes from the Volvo I was telling you about. So we got 2 of those, and then that thing got enough. Like this right here, we can cut, 2 or 3 times and make a couple couplers. So we got 2 of those, and then all these little pipes, a bunch of random odds and ends, another random radiator hose just for giggles. And then this one's kind of cool. It's super fat there, and then it gets nice and skinny. So I'm sure we'll find something for that too. We also got Mina. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
We got an intercooler from a Speed 3, I think he said it was, or a Speed 6. So it has that blow valve on it, but we're gonna use those. So this one's broken, I think, or maybe not, but I don't want to use it. So we're gonna block that off. That gives us some more surface area since we're not gonna have a lot of airflow. So that'll be better. We could probably fit a fan on the back of this, so that'll be nice too. So that's what we got at the junkyard. So now we're gonna get going on running the piping and kind of figuring out how that's gonna work. Yeah. How are we looking?
So far, so good. Yes. Did you ask if I wanted a flashlight? Did you ask if I wanted a flashlight?
No, I said, how are we looking,
Oh,
Guspacho?
we're looking good. So far, so good.
I can see where you get flashlight and Guspacho.
Well, that's what I heard. I'm trying to see how we can get...
I don't think that's going to get close enough and the angle's off, so we could just put a 90.
Just put in, yeah.
Again, until we can pay Hayden or something to take us some nice piping, I think this will...
Yeah, this will work.
So, and then, it's hard to see the other end, but Mina found this pipe, and it pretty much fits to there and goes down close enough to the intake where we can cut it about there and then put a long coupler between the two. So that's going to be nice in one pipe. We decided, or Mina decided for me, we're not going to do the diverter valves because there's really not enough space to find another place for them. But we could just buy a what is that, aftermarket Speed 3 flange and then put an HKS or something on it.
Yep.
So that's the plan. That's where we're at.
Yep. Okay, that pipe is on.
Okay, so we're just gonna shorten the coupler or the pipe over there.
No, we'll shorten the coupler so it'll bring it down.
Okay.
So then the blow-off valve can fit.
Yeah, we gotta move this whole thing forward a little bit so a blow-off valve will fit here. And this is all pretty ugly, but we're just gonna spray the pipes black because it'll probably get redone pretty soon.
Yeah.
Probably get a bigger coupler for right here. And then scoot all that forward. But at least back there was the tricky part.
Yeah.
And then this pipe actually here works really well going into the the throttle body. So at least we have it, I mean, like 90% mocked up. We only have to change a few things.
Yeah, just showing a couple things.
And then for the air, I'm gonna order one of those ducts. I don't know how it's gonna work, but the idea is it's gonna sit here and it's gonna have two, I think they're 3-inch like pipe fittings, and then we'll run ducting off of it and go right into here and then put 2 holes. And then this one's big enough that we could put a puller fan on the back of it and then build a little heat shield to keep the exhaust heat off the intercooler, and then should be pretty good. That'll be easy too. We could just build that as a part of the firewall.
The firewall. And I was gonna say we could also double heat wrap the handles too.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
so cute,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I wanted to heat wrap them anyway, so
Yeah,
doing a
just
second layer wouldn't.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and then this is, once it's low enough now, but once it gets pushed down, we'll have plenty of clearance for the plexiglass.
That'll be
So,
a fun part.
yeah.
All fun.
It was janky,
fun.
but
it's gonna work. That's
it
all
was
that matters. That's all
dang
we care
near
about.
free. I mean, most of the junkyard stuff we bought, I think that's from the junkyard.
And then,
And that was from the junkyard a while ago.
yeah.
And that Saab and that thing. This and this were all one piece, and we cut it and worked nicely. That was like some crazy intake from a car we parted out.
Yeah.
So $5, $10.
Yeah,
Boom.
I was gonna say turbos were $14. Cheaper than I talked about that day.
Yeah. So what's next? I'm gonna order that duct. We gotta finish the wastegate in this. What was that?
Lube.
Well, I'll be darned, Dennis. That one's like almost perfect already. I tell you. Watch the other side's gonna be like over there. What is that stuff?
Chain cable lube. Yeah. You don't need cutting oil. Next best thing.
So we're not even that far off actually from where we were. That can't move anymore though because of the down pipe. I thought those were going to be a lot more off.
And they're pretty close. You probably move that one back over, or we skin over.
Well, and then we can even, since they're at an angle, we can either make the wastegate shorter, or we can just weld a little angle on it.
Yeah.
That might help us center it too. Well done, sir. You may stop now. Okay, so basically what we decided on is, because the downpipe is not centered with the car, it was really hard to eyeball these and kind of decide where it was centered. So instead, I measured and made this little grid so we could drill 2 holes that are centered and then more or less force the pipes to come out of the holes. So this one, or this dump tube, was pretty much spot on. So we took that wastegate off, and then this one needs to come over this way, but it's hitting the downpipe. So we're gonna make the pipe come this way and then S over, and then that should line it up pretty good. So when the hood's up, it's gonna look kind of goofy, but when you're just looking at the car, it should be a lot more centered than it would have been had we just eyeballed it. So that's the plan for that. So I'm gonna get going on cutting that, and then we'll S this about like that, and then see what happens. And then all this is gonna get heat wrapped. It's all strong, it's all structural, but it looks ugly. And then I gotta weld these shut because we're not using those. I need to put an O2 right here in the center where both exhausts meet. But so I'm gonna focus on that right now, get that done because I'm tired of looking at all this, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is where we're at on these. So what I'm debating in my head, well, the better way to do it would be to grind that flat and then weld another piece on there, and then use a Sharpie and trace around this to make it flush, and then cut it off. But that side's pretty much perfect for the amount of jankiness that went on here to get it there. I don't like this at all, but it'll make the exits look better. So I'm probably just gonna roll with that for now. I put this back on just to see how they sat next to each other with the hood shut. So that's probably, I was trying to avoid that. I was thinking about cutting this one shorter like that one, but that one looks pretty sweet. So I'm gonna weld a piece of pipe onto that, and then trace it, and then cut it, and then grind them both flat, and then fully weld the rest of this, and then take all of this off again, and then I gotta finish welding that down there, and then we're good. Okay, so this length is kind of what I was wanting originally. I wanted it to stick out like these. The problem is it just wouldn't work. So I have it Sharpied all the way around the edge, roughly. So I'm gonna cut that line, I have it marked all the way around. Cut that line, put them both on, tighten them both down so where they're exactly in place, nothing's gonna move. And then I'm gonna get an angle grinder and grind those flat. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking I might just cut that, and then I'll weld everything. And then once everything is solid, then I'll tighten everything and grind those flat. So I'm gonna take this off, take that off, and then cut it and see how it fits. And then we'll start taking everything apart to finally finish it, and then we'll be done. So that's the plan for now, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I got that cut like such. And it fits, but I made this kind of long when I made that angle cut. So I think when I grind this down, it'll take this bottom lip off, and then it should clear pretty well like that one. Just, it'll make that angle a little less aggressive. So I'm gonna leave that for now. And then the next step is literally taking all of this off again, intercooler, piping, all that jazz, turbos, everything off, finish welding the gigantic gaps that I didn't have the time or worry to avoid making. So I'm gonna cut metal, build that up, weld it, we're done. And then heat wrap is on its way. So before we put this back on, we're gonna heat wrap everything, and then this will be done. We got injectors yesterday. I'm going to, I think for the sake of time, I'm just gonna paint these wrinkle black. It'll look kind of clean, and it'll just kind of blend in. We got to find a better coupler for that, like we said, and then tomorrow I'm going to order that air duct, and then we can start routing piping for that. And then electric water pump. So you guys haven't seen a whole lot of this, but it's that little guy right there. So I basically need to run that to a switch that will probably just stick in that hole there for now. For the speedometer, we're going to buy an Android tablet, and that will plug into Hondata, and then I can just speedometer, tachometer, everything I want is going to be right there. So down the road we'll make that, make it look nice, because right now it's haggard. Then that, I don't know if we're going to get to all the wiring before we get it tuned. We'll see what Dennis thinks about that. But for now we're just going to focus on all the main things, and then definitely the water pump. And then I think that pretty much does it for the bulk mechanical stuff. So I don't know, we'll finish that, and then we'll see where we're at from there. I don't want to tell you guys something that's not going to happen. Like in the last video, I was like, we're going to have this all done, and it didn't happen. So we're going to do that, see where we are, see what happens, and we'll go from there. What you doing, Mina?
I'm putting the dump tube back on, so...
Let's see if it'll shut better now.
Yeah. So actually, we're not almost right. Okay, so maybe a little tighter so I can just hold it in place.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that's one. That's,
So lift it up, yeah, lift it up a smidge.
I think it's
Is
the
that
weld.
weld? Okay, well, I can grind that down real quick.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
should
but
be it
that's-
then, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's
sharp.
probably toasty too.
No, just sharp. Yeah, the weld
Okay.
is in the way, so.
Not a problem.
Yep.
And then you said we have to weld the wastegate shut.
Gotta weld the
Those
wastegate
little
shut.
guys.
Wastegates.
Wastegates.
And then finish the piping. Put the blow valve on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a stock WRX blow valve.
Yep.
Okay.
Put that on. Finish the piping. Put hose clamps on everything. And then the Asia's gonna come. And we're gonna shoot flames.
Some might see that as racist, but we see Asians as smarter than us.
Yeah, that's why.
And we call Dennis our Asian. He's
'cause he's smart,
our smart guy. Or we're
Yeah,
gonna edit
okay.
this out so we don't have to hear what you have to say about that.
Yeah. Deal.
Mina's Arabian. He can't be racist.
I can't be racist.
I call Mina my Arabian.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
I'm his white boy.
He is.
We're all friendly.
Every day.
Dennis is back for the third day in a row. He's welding the wastegate shut. Mina's doing all the piping couplers.
Almost done. One more to go.
And then we're gonna spit flames. Dennis has a date in like 20 minutes.
Yep.
So we're trying to boogie.
Sounds like it's on four cylinders, right?
It's hard to tell because that exhaust is so freaking weird.
Sounds like a turbo, but it's not this far. I don't think it's this far.
It sounds smooth.
It's not shaking.
Oh, no, it's coming back. Should you put the wideband on?
Oh, we never took it off. What?
The wideband.
Right in.
Yeah.
I don't need it. You got stock protection. I'm just doing lots of
Okay.
I just. That would really make sense why it was misfiring on cylinder number 2. It was what?
So it was misfiring on 2 cylinders,
2 and 4, yeah.
both those spark plugs were soaked in gas. The injectors keep getting stuck, so we think they might have dumped a bunch of fuel and then soaked the plugs, and then we got them unstuck and blah blah blah. So check the plugs, tried them out. We'll start it back up. Dennis had to leave, but he put the tune on, right?
Yeah. And 2-step is at 5K, he said?
Yeah,
So it should sound pretty good.
it's kind of up there.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ruined the plug, but this takes the same plug, so we stole one of those, and then I found some other random plug back there. So now we're good.
Ready? Oh, this thing broke again. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you give me another zip tie, please?
Yeah, where'd you? Oh, right here. I was looking for these the other day.
You're right there.
Thanks.
Huh? It sounds good though.
Does it?
Yeah.
I can't tell between the 5 seconds of starting and that belt squeaking like crazy.
Yeah.
I opened the door again.
Okay.
It's gonna get smoky. So I kind of cut that one too short, but we can always weld it on again.
I'm gonna spray some on now so it doesn't speak for me.
Oh, okay, good. Do your thing.
Okay, here we go.
WD-40 fixed serpentine belts. Oh, much better. Yep, here we go. Maybe not. What happened?
I saw on the ignition switch.
Oh. Fatty. No flames. Lots of smoke. Yeah. No flames, lots of smoke. It's not smoking.
I'm trying to also take it all out. I still don't know how to pump.
That should be too rich, right?
Yeah, yeah. We have spark plugs that are not gaps, that are different gaps. I mean, better rinse than clean.
Yeah. It wasn't doing that earlier, was it? Is it?
I don't.
Oh, they are spinning!
Yeah.
You see that? Woo! How's that one?
It's spinning pretty quick.
It's hard to see. Yeah! It's now spinning! Oh boy. There's water coming out of here.
It's running through this. That's right.
Is that fuel?
No, that's water.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's water?
Yeah. It's running so rich.
Do two-step again and I'll get under it and
Oh,
film
okay.
and see if we see.
Okay.
So it was sparking underneath earlier. Go! Got it. Yeah. Kill it, bruh.
Huh?
Yeah, it was. I don't even know if you could see it on camera, but I saw it with my face.
Where is
Somewhere in here.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't know how those welds could leak. Yeah, it looked like it was spitting out of
But
there.
you saw flames out of there?
Not flames, sparks.
But just, oh, okay.
So I don't know. What does that mean? Why would they?
I don't know why there's sparks inside.
I mean, I could see that being a good amount of piping for it to travel through. And Dennis said that the stock injectors are only on 50%. So there might just not be enough fuel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So maybe the popping is just a. Maybe it's not too much. Maybe it's too much fuel
It's
for
too much
idle.
fuel for idle.
Yeah, because all he did was set up two-step.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything else. Yeah, so somewhere in there's some little pinhole leaks. I know it's hard to believe looking at the quality, but somewhere I'll do a little slow-mo clip. But yeah, somewhere in there, or I don't know where. I'm gonna watch the video. Somewhere in there, I think. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, hooking up the wastegate didn't do anything.
No.
But the turbo spun.
They spun.
That was
Probably still
better.
spinning. Nope.
Yeah, no, no way. Yours, Cletus's spins for days. Yours spins for days. Them broke junkyard turbos aren't gonna keep going. Okay, so in a nutshell, we don't really know what's going on. My guess with the sparks is that there's a little pinhole that I missed when I was welding, and there's a flame somewhere in there, but it's not making its way all the way out because there's so much exhaust. But there's a little flame in there, and it's spitting its way through that little hole, so it's sparking. Mina thinks that there's a ground or a wire or something that is somehow making its way back there and arcing, which would make sense, but there's no wires back here, so I don't see that making sense. So we're gonna dig into that. We have to take all the exhaust off anyways to heat wrap it, so when it's all off, we'll double check everything. Intercooler, we did get a stock WX blow-off valve, which is that little dude there. One of you guys, I forgot who it was, one of you guys in the comments had an awesome idea, and we're gonna mess with it. They suggested to put a scoop on the bottom of the car and then tilt the radiator down, and then we suck air up through the bottom. So I like that idea a lot more than cutting a big old hole in the side of the quarter panel or whatever you'd call that, and trying that, because we don't really know how that's gonna work with the ducting. So before I order that, we're gonna see how far down we can tilt the intercooler, and then I have, and I don't know if this is what we're gonna use, but I have a WX hood scoop somewhere that we can use as mock-up. We might just bend some sheet metal and make a little scoop duct thing on the bottom of the car, but I like that idea a lot. So we'll probably mess with that tomorrow. I think the reason it wasn't spitting flames, we're on stock injectors. Dennis said they're on 50% duty cycle. Not a lot of fuel. I don't even think there's enough fuel to make boost, really. I mean, the turbos were spinning, but there was no turbo surge, nothing. You could hear the turbos whistle, but that was it. As you could tell, it didn't really sound like it was making boost. So we'll figure that out and kind of dig into that more. Today is Friday. We have, so Brent and Jamie are going out of town next Wednesday through Sunday. So we have a full week until they're even back in town, let alone, I don't even know if they're gonna have time to tune this. So since the bulk of it is done, we have an entire week to kind of sand the body, spray it all one color. I'm just gonna spray primer on it, just get it one color looking decent. And then we have enough time to go through everything. Everything should be on and done, so we can literally just go drive it, go cruise it. Dennis can put a tune on it. We'll put the bigger injectors in. We found out these are 450s instead of 650s, but they're free. So, well, they might be clogged too, I don't really know. So we're gonna try those out and just go through the car, front to back, over and over, just double check everything. Make sure we got that little fuel leak on the return on the driver's side. It's not dripping, but you can hear it, and it's slowly spitting out some fuel. So we're just gonna go over the entire car, see what happens, just make sure everything is at least to our standards and what we can see is up to par. And then as soon as Brent and Jamie have time, we'll go up there, get it tuned, see what it does. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Love reading your comments. I've been saying that every video now, but I really do. I mean, like the hood scoop idea, or the underneath scoop, brilliant idea. I kind of thought about that at one point, but it came and went through my head like nothing until one of you guys reminded me, so thank you. A lot of you guys have suggestions that I've already thought of, which is cool. It means we're on the same page. And a lot of you have suggestions that I haven't thought of, that either I don't want to do it, or I've thought of it and I've foreseen problems, or I think about it and I think of a reason why it wouldn't work. But regardless, it keeps my brain going, and I love it. I love it. Mina reads all the comments. I'm the one that replies, but Mina reads all of them. If I have a cool comment or something, I'll screenshot it, send it to them, and we love it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for keeping our subscribers going. We appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you later.